All right, so let's do that weighted mean example, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a whiteboard up right now. So, and I've got to open this other tab, and I'm just going to essentially put down the pertinent information here. And there's the easy way to do it is you just, and this is something we'll be doing later, kind of like expected value is what it would be. You take that essentially the weight of what it is times the score of what it is, okay? And then you sum all of those up. Now you can, the formula they have is a little more involved, but I think this is going to be just fine. So if you just track me here a little bit. So if we go on this problem, it says 10% is final grade. So the weight is 0.1. And then you just take it times whatever they got in their final grade, which was, in this one, it was 73. So essentially they got a 73% on their final. And then sum, then what's the next? The next one was 20% on the project, and they got a 81. So that's 0.2, and then 81. Oops, sorry, 81. It's messy. And then the next category is 35%. That's homework, and they've got 87. So 0.35, 87. Somebody got a calculator handy? Start doing that. That would be awesome. And then 35% on final exam. Let's see here. Oh, final. Midterm was 10%. I'm sorry. Dang, that was a 61. I'm going to go back. All right. So midterm, I'm sorry, was a 61. The final test is 35. And they got a 73. All right. So anybody got calculator skills out there? Take 0.1 times 61. Well, that would just be what, 6.1? And then 0.2 times 81. What would that be? That's 16.2. What that would be? And then can you guys tell me what's 0.35 times 87? What's that? I'm getting my calculator out.
That's 26.1.
Thank you. 26.1. And then what is 0.35 times 73?
Or actually, sorry, the other one is 30.45. Sorry, I did the calculation wrong.
All right, 30 point what?
30.45, yep.
Thank you. And then the last one, 0.35 times 73. What's that?
So 26.25.
All right, add all those up, and what do you get?
$56.7.
It should be bigger than that. There's 4 numbers here to add up.
Oh, yeah, all 4.
Yeah.
I got 78.3.
There you go. So
Not
I'm
sure.
going to go ahead and put that in and see if it likes that. Yep, that's correct. So that would be their grade. And letter grade, I'm guessing is a C, I'm guessing. And that's it. So that one's, and so like this is very relevant because in this class we have weighted grades, right? So discussions are 10%, online homework is like 25%, final project and final combined are 25%, and then tests are the rest. So you could take your percentage in each of those categories times the weighting, and that's how you get your grade. Same way. So if you've got a whole bunch of grades in each category, all you can just put the average for that category in each of these. That's the only thing that would be different. So if you got like 20 homework assignments, the average of those 20 would be the kind of the percentage you've earned in that category times the weight. And that tells you how much, kind of like, it's kind of like your GPA. An A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3 points, a C is worth 2 points, a D is worth 1 point, and an F is worth 0. So this is a 4-credit class. If you get an A, 4 times 4 would be 16, and we'd call that quality points towards your GPA. If you get a B, it'd be 12. C would be 8. And then the way they calculate your GPA for college or high school or whatever is they take all those quality points divided by how many credits you've earned. That's your GPA. So this is very similar to figuring a weighted grade is the same thing as a GPA. Is that helpful for that one?
No, that's perfect. Yeah. That was, I was kind of confused as to how I would go about this, but I get it now.
Yeah, no, I think I looked at their explanation. I didn't I don't like it. So I think this is a little more straightforward. So plus it's good,
All right, perfect.
you know,
Thank you.
because then you'll know how to calculate your grade in this class, especially towards the end. It's kind of nice to know how to do this. So for instance, the end, if all you've got left is like the final exam, essentially the final exam is worth 12.5% of your overall grade, you can kind of play around with it and figure out what you need to get, right? To score, get your, the grade you want. So I've noticed there's some new LMSs, learning management systems, not Blackboard, that have grade books that kind of automatically do that for you.
Oh.
They give that kind of feedback, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, see, that's what I usually use. There's some websites that you can put in all the weighted grades.
Yep, and type in your percentages and away you go. Yeah. And I think in your grade book, I started adding columns that shows like homework average, discussion average, test average. So I think I've got those in your grade book now, so you could pull those numbers out and double check your grade. So that's why early in the course, if you get like 1-0, it makes a big difference. But obviously over the long haul, each assignment becomes worth less and less proportionally. You know, if you've only got one grade in the book and you get a 0 in it, well, you're getting a 0. So, but that's why I really want everybody to have a really good grade, especially going to this first exam this week. It's important. So, all right. Did you want to talk about any of the discussions or anything, or any other homework? That was a very good one. Thank you for sending me that one.
Yeah, actually for as for the discussion, is this does this have to do with the final? Is this data that we're gonna pull out for the discussion? Are we gonna use that for the final project?
The final project is going to be determined by you. So these are just skills to help you get ready to do that final project. So that's why we kind of title it that way. So we're kind of skill building throughout the course. Yeah, so
Okay.
first thing was gather some raw data, do some basic analytics on it, make some histograms, stuff like that. This one now you're actually finding some relative scores using the Z-score. So those skills will be important. So we use the discussions to kind of scaffold or teach the concepts progressively to help you get ready for that final project, which we'll do the last 3 weeks of the course, I think. We'll be working on that. So, and you get to pick whatever you want.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Did you guys have you gone out and gotten your data off that website yet?
I haven't had the chance to yet. No, sorry.
Okay. So I don't know if you could go ahead and just do that right now if you wanted. And it's pretty straightforward. Once you get the data, there's I would import the data into StatCrunch if you want to make all your graphs and stuff. Yeah, make your histogram and your frequency distributions and all that good stuff. So I've been grading people's discussions for chapter 3. People in general have been doing excellent. If they're making an error, it's just a tiny little thing. They seem to be tracking well for the ones that have gotten there and tried to tackle it. So I don't think.
All right, yeah, I'll get on the doing the discussion right now.
Okay. And for make sure, you'll need that data, because for part of your chapter 3 discussion, you have to take your data that you gathered before, find the mean and standard deviation of the weights, and then either take your weight or the weight of a famous actor or actress or somebody who plays, I don't know, a criminal on a TV show, I don't know, pick anybody, and then you find how does their weight compare to your group, and then you find the z-score of that.
Professor, I also had another question, or
Yeah.
a request rather. If because I missed the first two discussions because I missed the whole first week. I wasn't in the U.S. So, is it possible for me to still go back and try to submit, at least get some feedback on the discussions? Or
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to do them.
all right, sounds good.
Yeah, it's not if if you've got, I'm assuming you have a 0 in there right now, is that correct? Maybe. But like, yeah, if you've got
Yeah, I do
extenuating
have a 0.
circumstances, just you got, maybe when you get it done, just shoot me that email and remind me of that, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. So, Mason, do you have anything that you'd like me to go over real quick with you, or something you've been working on?
Yeah, I'm just kind of in the same boat, just catching up on the
Okay.
discussion and then of course week 2 and week 3.
Yeah. So, like I said, try to, as best you can, maybe jump into week 3 just so you can get the credit, because it's due by tonight at midnight. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I would at least get a start on your discussion,
Mm-hmm.
if not finish, and then do your, crank on your 3-1, 3-2, 3-3 homework.
Okay.
So, yeah. And when in your syllabus quiz, what hours did you guys put down that you would be like kind of working on the course? I don't know. Remember that question in the syllabus quiz?
Yeah. So I usually work until I get off work at like 3 o'clock. So anytime
Yeah.
after that is when I will most likely be able to log back on.
Okay. And is that, what days of the week do you typically work on it? Is it?
Yeah, I have a pretty steady schedule, so that's the same every day.
Okay. All right. Well, and I can, so usually, like right now, I'm looking at somebody's homework, and I can, well, it even tells me how long they've worked on everything. So that's kind of nice to see, if if they're taking too long, or, it shouldn't, you should be able to get everything done, especially early in the course. It's not crazy hard, but you probably got to put at least 4 hours in to, get everything done. Matters how much, you have to go back through stuff, or if you've done some of these things before in high school or whatever, some other time. Let me see here. Excuse me. Did that website work for you on that chapter 2 discussion? I don't know if you're looking at that.
I was able to pull that up, yes.
Okay.